I
This call is now being recorded.
kiddo that's missed like 3 days isn't. Yeah, it's good.
Chapter 17. Super excited. Megan Mercury.
I should have noticed. I should have noticed that Shayna Rogers didn't look as solidly upright as she normally did. But I was at the top of the pyramid, beaming straight out into the bleachers. A textbook, dazzling smile on my face. The smile was mandatory, even though this was the only practice. Miss Torres always said to make the smile part of the routine. If you always wore it, when the game time came, you would never forget. They told me later that when the pyramid crumbled, I smiled all the way down. I was proud of that and proud of Vanessa and the girls on the bottom level who caught just before I hit the ground. But that didn't explain what had gone wrong.
What was that?
I demanded, turning on my cheerleaders. They seemed pretty rattled too. The human pyramid was our trademark move. It was second nature to us by now.
One moment, I have to block somebody's device because they're looking at the screen. Take it easy, Megan.
Miss Torres soothed.
That's why we practice, to get everything just right. We shouldn't have to get the pyramid right.
I argued.
It's been part of our routine going on like 3 years. We should be we should be able to do it in our sleep. Relax.
Our coach insisted.
There's no such thing as absolute perfection, no matter how good you are and how hard you train. At some point, you're bound to slip up. It just happens. Nobody knows why. I know why.
Came an all too familiar voice. Vanessa stepped forward.
What is it, Noah? What did we do wrong?
The other girls jumped all over this, like being interviewed on the Russ Trussman. Made you a cheerleading expert.
It is simple physics.
Noah explained reasonably.
Weight ratios. I can fix it for you if you want. Listen, Noah, we've been doing this for a long...
Vanessa cut me off.
He can fix it.
She had stars in her eyes.
Certainly.
He said.
I just need everyone's individual body weights in... Stop it. In kilograms, preferably.
A roar of outrage went up in the field.
Pounds would be okay too.
Noah put it quickly.
I can convert them in my head. Okay, let's take a break.
Miss Torres advised.
I'm sure pyramid will be fine from now on.
The girls headed for towels and water bottles. Noah went over to a young woman who was sitting in the first row of bleachers watching the practice. It occurred to me that this must be Donovan Curtis's sister, that ex-cheerleader master of lost causes who was trying to work with Noah. When I saw her, I did a double take. Her face was burned into my memory. Katie Curtis. No wonder I knew that name. I was in kindergarten, maybe pre-K, when the cheerleaders from Hardcastle High came to our school to give us a demonstration on field day. I never forgot the show they put on, flying through the air and somehow landing perfectly and with a smile too. Those girls, so pretty, so athletic, so self-assured, they were the center of attention. I gloried in it. I made up my 5-year-old mind on the spot I would be exactly like that one day. Especially the head cheerleader. And there she was, years later, leaning over the bleachers, speaking with Noah, Katie Curtis. I had to thank her for inspiring me. The minute Noah went into the locker room, I rushed over there. I could feel my heart pounding like I was about to meet the president, Taylor Swift, or some major celebrity. I promised myself I'd play it cool, but once I was in front of her, it all came pouring out of me, and I gushed through the details of that field day all those years ago. Katie Curtis, Patterson now, seemed a little scared at first, as in...
Who is this stalker?
Once she realized that I was what I was blabbling about, though she was really nice.
I can't believe you remember that.
She told me.
I barely remember it myself. It changed my life.
I told her earnestly.
I was sitting at the end of the row when you guys were done, and I shouted, "I love you." And then you stopped, and you gave me a big hug right in front of everybody. And I'll just never forget what you told me. "Kiddo," you said, "keep those pom-poms moving." I still use that to this day. When I'm cheerleading, if my arms ever get tired, it's your voice that I hear, and I find a tiny bit of extra strength.
I stopped suddenly, embarrassed, and added,
"Sorry for being such a fangirl."
She grinned.
Are you kidding? These days, I'm sleep deprived and buried in dirty diapers. I need all the fans I can get. Like Noah, although he's really more a fan of my daughter. Right, Noah.
There it was. I couldn't even share a moment with my long-lost cheerleading idol without Noah coming up like a bad burp that tasted like yesterday's guacamole. I changed the subject.
I'm really excited about the new year, about next year. They let the high school squads in our competitions.
Katie nodded with a nostalgic smile.
Great times. We brought home a lot of hardware, trophies, ribbons, and stuff. I've seen some of it in the display case at Hardcastle High. I hope we can measure up to you guys one day.
I added.
Got any advice for me?
She thought it over.
Well, the first thing you have to do is get the bugs out of your pyramid. Listen to Noah. He's a genius.
I read somewhere that it was never a good thing to meet your heroes. They always let you down. As the semester rolled on, the lacrosse team kept on winning, even though hashtag was still on the bench. The temperatures stayed chilly. The spring rains lingered on till the magic date approached, my birthday. My dad called it Megan's luck. Suddenly the skies were clear and the weather got hot. Perfect conditions for swimming. Rah, rah, global warming. I was so excited about my upcoming party that I was finally getting my cheerleaders' positivity back. I was stringing patio lights on the section of the fence that had just been repaired while the guy from the pool company checked the pH level of the water. The two of us were alone up there. Mom, Dad, and Peter were inside the house with Russ Trussman from Channel 4. Of all the people who were making a fuss over the whole Super Kid business, he was the grand poobah. We were so happy to have our fence back and our pool back. When were we going to get our lives back? The answer seemed to be whenever Russ Trussman found something else to talk about on his TV show. I was trying to end the string of lights to the corner post. I was tied the end of the string to the corner post when he came wandering into the backyard, grinning at me with all those teeth.
Just a few more questions, Megan.
Right. in addition to the 900 he'd already asked.
Girls, fire away.
Miss Torres would have been proud of my cheerleading smile, especially when I really wanted to ruin his perfect hair with the bug dipper. The notebook came out. I started to hate that notebook.
I understand you're on the cheerleading squad with Noah. No, Noah's cheerleading squad. No.
I said, trying to keep the ice out of my veins.
He's on my cheerleading squad. I'm the head cheerleader. What I can't get my mind around is why Noah would do such a heroic thing and then run and hide, especially since the two of you are such good friends.
Whole notebook.
Well, Noah's really modest.
I murmured.
Really?
He raised two perfect brows.
I don't get that impression at all. If you ask me, I'd say he's even gotten a little carried away with this whole spotlight. He loves the attention, which begs to question, why did he shy away at first when the whole town was looking for him?
He had a point, and probably would have given it some serious thought if I cared, which I didn't. Who could guess what drove Noah? He was like a roll of dice. Anything could come up. Aloud, I said,
he's on my squad, but I really don't know him that well.
The reporter took out his phone, tapped the screen a few times, and held it up. The video showed a lacrosse field at halftime with the cheerleaders performing. We were all in a tripod formation looking really together. Then Noah came along. He took the feet out from under Claire, clocked Judy with an elbow, and came within a few inches of stomping on my face after they dropped me. It was almost as painful to watch as it had been to survive the first time around. But the worst part was the crowd. They barely even noticed. Noah, well, he had ruined our routine and had nearly put his sneaker prints on my forehead. They were rooting for their super kid, chanting his name while I lay flat on my back with the wind knocked out of me, hyperventilating through what was left of my perma smile. I feel my eyes narrowing at the TV reporter. What was his angle? Was he trying to trick me into saying Noah was a lousy cheerleader so he could make me look ungrateful on the Russ Trussman show?
Some of his cheerleading skills are a work in progress.
I ventured carefully.
He's gotten better. Skills can be taught.
He told me.
But jumping in the window of a moving truck that takes natural athleticism, some of us have it.
He paused the video on the phone, freezing Noah in mid-stumble.
Some of us don't.
I stared at him.
You don't believe Noah did it. You think it was somebody else.
He didn't say yes or no.
You're dreaming.
I laughed.
It was Noah, all right. 100%. How can you be so certain?
He asked. It just slipped out.
Because I couldn't get that lucky.
There, I said it. I would have given anything for the super kid to be someone else. Dracula, Jabba the Hutt, some intelligent moss from the outer space that came to Earth on the tail of a comet.
Put that up now.
Anybody.
Spit out your gun.
Russ Trussman pocketed his phone, flipped his notebook shut, and started for the gate.
Spit out your gun. Trash can. Go spit it out. Whatever you had in your mouth, spit it out. I'm so sorry.
You're good.
Thanks for your time, Megan. See you Sunday. Sunday?
I echoed.
I'm busy Sunday. I know it's your birthday party. I'm coming back with my camera crew to shoot the Super Kids Return to the place where it all happened. Great human interest angle. At least that's what your mom said.
And he was gone, leaving me standing there with smoke coming out of my ears. Bad enough I had to invite Noah. Now Channel 4 was going to turn my birthday into a celebration of his superness, and my own parents were in on it.
Go, Mom and Dad. All done, miss?
I was so lost in my misery that when the pool guy came up behind me, I almost took off like a rocket.
Oh, great.
I managed.
Thanks. I found this in the filter.
The guy handed me a bright purple doggy toy shaped like a hand weight. When I took it, the thing emitted a waterlogged squeak.
I guess your dog lost it.
He added.
Funny name for a dog. We don't have a dog.
I turned the plastic toy over in my hand. Across the plastic was printed Kandahar.
That makes no sense to me. That's not the dog's name. Oh, Candy. Candy's the dog?
Yeah. Oh, that's baby.
I thought Beatrice was the dog. Is Candy the little girl?
Yeah, it's a little girl.
Oh, the puppy. Beatrice's puppy.
Mmm.
I'm not going to get it until the end of the day. Because if I give it back to you, I'll take it again. You know I will. I'm so sorry. We have someone, a voice in my ear right there. You know, the desk that's next to me. No, you're not allowed to have a video game at recess. I'm so sorry. I will see you later.
Okay, we'll see you in just a little bit.
Super jealous is our next pair. I know, sweetheart. I'm trying to get off this video. Yes. All right, thank you.